Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's so great to see you. I am here 365 days of the year. You cannot get rid of me as much as you try. And I just keep showing up. Weekends, weekdays, holidays, your birthday, my birthday, I'm always here. So, in fact, I've been on, other than a 5-day emergency in April of last year, I have been on every single day since the day after Christmas of 2019. So, I take 12 of your questions at 12 noon Chicago time in the US. I think I tried this the other day. It didn't work that well, but I'm going to try it again. That's 100%. No, you still cannot read that Chicago. It says Chicago at the bottom very well. I keep trying. All right. Anyway, Chicago time. 12 of your questions at 12 noon Chicago time, and just put them in the chat in all caps. And other than when you're talking to me, please just type normally when you're talking to other people. So then I know when you're talking specifically to me and when you're talking to others. So, okay. Shout out from Annette Dion in a 9/11 video. It's a somber, reflective day. I watched. Wait. What? Stephanie is saying, shout out from Annette Dion in a 9/11 video. It's a quote. It's a somber, reflective day. I watched Black and Orange Tarot today. I need to meet that woman. She started her video, which she does daily, with a somber vibe. Aw. Well, definitely have to go. Definitely have to go find Annette. So that was very sweet. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, Melissa's saying, love your, I don't know what an egort is, to be honest. Sorry. And, oh, Alice, very interesting question. I don't have many questions from you guys yet, so let me go in here and I'll just grab a few more. Oh, thank you, Kay. All right, so I've got this. It's in the wrong place, but I've got this. Put that there. Because I have your questions. I'm going to gather your questions. As I'm gathering more of your questions, so we can get going. 10% of all income that comes in the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that's an ongoing thing. And we have excellent troll slayers. Thank you so much. And my mom was kind enough. She trimmed my hair last night. It was getting way too long. Couldn't do anything with it. So thank you, Mom. She doesn't watch this. She's far too conservative and Catholic. But she wishes me well. Every once in a while, I'll show her the overlays and stuff. But oh, the nails. The nails that go with along today. So that's what's going on there. All right. Effort. Love the effort. Oh, love your effort. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Boy, you guys have some good questions. And they just suddenly went bloop and just filled up the chat. Fantastic. Christine, you had a question about Idaho. Can you throw cards on Idaho that has refused top down to do anything to protect their citizens from COVID? They got rid of their top doctor because he disagreed with GOP leaders. I don't know, in questions like this in places where it's out of control, I don't know that I can add much just because it's bad and it's going to continue bad until they use their brains. Yes, you play stupid, play dangerous games, win dangerous prizes. The plague rats are running the state. As long as the plague rats are running the state, what can you do? Anybody who tries to bring in some kind of medical reason gets attacked. Nationally, though, I think we're going to have, nationally, it's going to make a difference. but we're going to be reading on Maria's question number 2, will Biden be successful in his vaccine? Let me see. Where am I? Let me go over here. Maybe we should just look at all this up front. That in. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean up down here. Not sure why, but we almost got it. We're almost cooking with gas here. And if you're watching this on replay, you don't have to listen to the beginning stuff and whatnot. You can just go down into the description box. The questions are listed, and they'll be time-stamped. So, Gary had a question. Will Andrew Yang's bid for a third party go anywhere? I get so little energy off of him, but I'll try. But Gary, I just happened to catch that one. Do please put your questions in all caps. Maria, I've got your question about I've got a question about Biden being, if he's going to be successful. DeJoy, will he ever leave the UPS? I've got that. M. Kelpie, Manchin has been obstructing the bill and won't accept $3.5 trillion. I don't know what that refers to. Or refers back to. I know what you're talking about, but I don't. Are you asking? I'm not sure. Polly, your question about Gavin Newsom, I've got that down too. And dun. Polly Wanda. Ooh. Actually, I'm going to grab both of these while I'm here. All right. Polly wanted the great questions. Will internet dependency lead to the collapse of civilization from solar flares, computer megaviruses, and whatnot? So, best questions. All right, I'll just put this down here so I don't forget. That there, and fun overlay today. Thank you, Holly. Alice had a great question. What is Joe Manchin's wife up to? She's shifty too. Who is she? Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Melissa. Copy. Joe Manchin's wife. That'll be number 7 today. And Shelley's asking, will Biden forgive the UI tax AGIN 2021? I'm afraid I'm lost. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Sorry. George Zibelman. Hope Hicks, will she be called for December 6th? I think you mean January 6th, hopefully. We'll just put it down for January 6th, unless there's something about December 6th I'm unaware of. Got that for number 8. And done. Sandra, what will happen to this country? What will happen to the U.S.? Well, we could do a general. Yeah, let's have a look. What will happen to the U.S.? Okay. And JM is saying, hello, how are you? What does George Washington think of our country nowadays? Is he ashamed? Oh, I don't know how much you've been here, JM, but I've been reading on George Washington for a long time, and he is not what I expected him to be, and I like him. But he is not the life of the party. He is naturally just constitutionally stoic, and he has no sense of humor, but he is honorable. And I love reading on him. So I'll ask him again. But if the things he did wrong in his life, I mean, like, he will wear them as a huge stain, energetic stain. This is what I did. Not like, forgive me, look how pathetic I, no, just, yes, I did that. That old saw about George Washington was asked, did you chop down the cherry tree? And he says, yes, I admit I did it. And he got in trouble, but he admitted the truth. I know that they debunked that story, that the cherry tree thing isn't true, but that is exactly what his energy is like. And I like him. I don't know how much he likes me. I live in a very different time, very different, but he comes around. So, and I think if I was a scoundrel, I don't think he'd bother stopping by. So yeah, sure. Hey, let's ask George what's going on or what he thinks, because I like the guy. Let's see here. Apple's asking for September indictments. Okay, sure. Let's look at that. All right, and that's going to be, I think, going to be our last question. I did want to check in today on Tropical Storm Nicholas, which is supposed to skirt the Texas coast. Oops. But let me see. Let me have a look to see if there's something pressing. Janelle's asking, will we see a big increase of vaccinations from Biden's new plan or court fights? Well, I think that's going to be part of question 2. So let's go back up here, because Maria was asking, will Biden be successful in his vaccine mandate? So I think they go together. And all right. So I think that's today. That's what we got. All right. So so at 12:30. All right. So at 12:30. Okay. So I'll just go quickly over it. That at 12:45 I covered. Christine was asking, can you throw cards on Idaho that has refused top down to do anything to protect their citizens from COVID? They got rid of their top doctor because he disagreed with the GOP leaders. And I got, yes, you have gathered, this is the fruit, this is your harvest. This is what you grew. You've got a bumper crop of COVID. And I got medical care trying to say, hey, but them being attacked by the right. But this Knight of Swords feels very much like nationally, something happening, something changing, something making things better in Idaho. But they're going to complain. Oh my gosh, they're going to complain. So, but they'll be alive to complain. Kind of like I mentioned that I took 5 days off last year in April. Pumpkin disappeared. I was so upset. And when we found him and he came home, he, at first he was just kind of just happy to be here and all this. But after a while, if he was crying or something down at the bottom of the stairs singing the song of his people, it was like, if I go to the top of the stairs, I'd be like, I just so love to hear you complain and cry like that. And, I gave him attention, so he was happy. But it was like, please complain. Please, he was alive. He was okay. Totally okay. I was so happy. And that's kind of how it is in Idaho. And with for anybody who wasn't here yesterday, from now on, those who are not vaccinated, but those who choose not to be vaccinated. There are some people who are not vaccinated for medical reasons. There are reasons they can't take the vaccine. I'm not talking about those people. Bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. I'm talking about those idiots who decide they're not going to take the vaccine. From now on, as a whole, I am calling them plague rats. So you have plague rats in charge of a state. Duh, you get the plague. So, but intervention is coming. So that leads us to at 16. Will Biden be successful in his vaccine mandate? Okay, which also So will Biden be successful in his vaccine mandate? Goes along with Janelle's question, will we see a big increase of vaccinations from Biden's new plan? Or court fights? I think court fights are inevitable. But Biden's new vaccine mandates, is that going to be successful? And I hope they give OSHA, they're saying, yeah, OSHA is going to come for you now. And those outside of the country, OSHA is kind of a joke. It has to do with helping people, not get repetitive strain injuries. And it's workplace safety. It's actually very serious, but it's kind of people don't inherently take it too seriously. So so the idea that one of the things that Biden is doing is sending OSHA out to enforce companies over 100 people they have to basically, their people have to be vaccinated, or you have to have testing every week and all this kind of stuff. It's like, oh, OSHA. Holly says it's working well here in France. Oh, I understand. I totally understand. But I'm just saying that it's kind of funny here. But if whatever works. So is the vaccine mandate going to? Well, it's going to help. I feel like a lot of gunk here clearing. Oh, see, Torino, my Oliver, the cat was gone for 18 days. It was a nightmare. It was heaven when she returned. I can relate. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. I'm glad Oliver's okay. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. OSHA. OSHA. Yeah, OSHA. The plague rats, you put plague out there, you're gonna get plague back. That's what that card's all about. You send it out, what you send out is gonna come back to you. So, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. This is Nine of Cups. It's Three of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. The Republicans are trying to say you don't have a right to do this. But and we're all about business. Well, Biden's proving he's about business because he's using business to get people vaccinated so that businesses can reopen safely. So who's really for big business, or who's really for business rather in general? The person who wants to get it reopened safely, or the person who cares more about money than anything else? Ultimately, happy families who are vaccinated, and we're in a better place. But like I said in the other reading, the Republicans are going to complain. complain. It's like, oh, jeez. Those things where you just kind of put your finger in your ear. You're just like, oh, okay. That gets rid of a little bit of it. So, yeah. Okay. Will we see a big increase of vaccinations or court fights? No. Increase in vaccinations. What about court fights? By the end, I'm just icky. I'm getting like I'm starting to like I'm running into like energetic tendrils of just muck. Court fights, anybody? But that doesn't feel like the courts are going to be very happy with, oh no, just let it all play out. There are, I think it's currently 660,000 Americans dead from this illness. Increase in vaccinations, yes, and children. They're going to start vaccinating. They're going to be vaccinating kids too. There are going to be some breakthroughs. People who are vaccinated catching something, but on the whole, definitely vaccinating for younger and younger, and to get more and more people vaccinated. It's mostly going to work, but it's not going to be perfect. And then as far as court cases go, King of Pentacles, I have money and you're not going to stop me from doing whatever I want because I'm entitled, because I have money. High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Ken and Barbie here. MAGA Ken and Barbie here. Annoying this person in the center. Complain. Going to everything from school boards to court cases to you name it. Complain. Eeps. Okay. At 23, Lola was asking about DeJoy. Yes, why is DeJoy still there? Hello? Excuse me. Will DeJoy ever leave the USPS? Will he ever face some sort of justice? Well, will DeJoy, who is a jerk and should be in front of the judge and go to jail, why is he still there? I'm pulling 3 cards. Why? Why are you still there? And please let us get rid of him before Christmas. Oh my gosh. I shudder to think. Because the post office system, it's more convoluted politically and legally. Oh yeah, he's just being awful and not cooperating, not helping, not doing what he should be doing. He's supposed to be working. He has a vitally important job for the American people, and he's just bringing as much Republican excuse to privatize that he can possibly bring. So why is it? He's still there because it's convoluted. Biden can't just fire him. But is he ever going to face justice for illegality? Potentially here. He's going to face DeJoy. Despicable. Knight of Swords. Ooh, well, that's aggressive something. It's either aggressive male people, or it's swords, it's communications, or it can be law enforcement. Let's see what that refers back to. All right, 9 of Wands. There's the Fool. Chariot. The actual force of the post office is massive because you have so many people working for it, moving such high volume of stuff that is people are emotionally invested in, at least temporarily. So it's a huge energetic, you get that train rolling, and it's stop. He's continuing to do something stupid, blocking, getting in the way, slowing down the mail, but he'll be out on his ear. But Chad the Hangman right at the end here. So, DeJoy, are you going to jail? M. Kelpie saying chairman of the board of directors is DeJoy's buddy. Yeah. Fool. Moon. Chariot again. 9 of Wands. Scrutiny. Serious scrutiny of his policies. Chariot, it could be. It's definitely being run out on a rail. Prison. Come on, I don't know why I'm suddenly feeling a little lightheaded. Odd. Just the energy is up real high. Then again, don't forget, right now, Venus is in Scorpio, and that's very intense emotion. And Venus is in our own charts. It's what and how we love. So that can happen there. Plus, I'm a Scorpio myself, so Venus is going to move up to my sun. So anyway, get all that intensity in there. He's done damage to the post office. He's made money. It feels, well, what do I know? Entertainment only. It feels like he's made money from his position. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. No, they're coming. They're going to bring the Sword of Truth. But right, he's still holding his money. It's like mine. Pamela says, USPS, it was never meant to make a profit. Constitution explains it as a service, just as our military services. Yep. Is Holly and France? The grift goes on. Yep. But there was... Oh, Janelle has some information. Excuse me. Let me go to this other... Or I can cut and paste. I can't cut and paste in StreamYard. It's very strange. So Janelle's talking about Joe Manchin's wife. Let me copy that and put that over here. I hear someone coughing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to pause for just a second to make sure that this person's okay. So hang on. Okay, all is well. I just needed to make sure that things were okay. All right. Polly, I want to ask the cards a simple question. Why is Trump free? That is the question, isn't it? So, Polly Wanda, please don't bring those up again. Please. The mental image is just so distracting. It's just like, oh my gosh. But you're amazing and hysterical. Okay. All right. Why is Trump free? All right, and I've got that information from Janelle about Joe Manchin's wife. Yeah, that'll have to do. All right, here we are. Hello. I want to give me humor or give me death. I understand. All right. So where am I? Well, DeJoy is he's going to be out here. It's he's not exactly going to die in office. We don't want anyone to die, but I'm just saying that is not the situation. So we just have to still wait. But you know what? I'm gonna jump. Give me humor. Give me a death. 30 to 30. Why is Trump still free? With everything that's supposedly coming against him. Fi's asking, did you see Orange yesterday? Photo op anyone? I really enjoyed the other POTUS how respectful they were. So nice to see that. Okay. I didn't know how did the boxing match thing go? I didn't hear anything. So why is Donald Trump free? Swanning around. Good point. Nuclear Magenta saying he's not free. We're all paying a huge price for Trump. Holly says both fights ended in the first round. Greta says supposedly they gave him a standing ovation. Oh. Yuck. So why is Trump still free? Why is he just walking around? Why is Trump? Three of Swords. No, that's what should have happened to him by now. Legal heartache, but so far, not much. Five of Wands, Three of Wands, the Merchant, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, Magician. He thinks he's going to continue the fighting the way he always did. Try to run things up to the Supreme Court, delay. But these are going up against the major arcana magician who stands up and gets things done versus little bully boy here who thinks he's 100 feet tall when he isn't and has really impressive blonde hair. This page is no match for the magician here, and that is Trump the bully. It's about his business. That's the merchant. That's going to be the biggest problem. And this is insurrection. This is leading to the insurrection, sending these people out and seeing what you get in return. So it's insurrection stuff and business stuff right in the center. And he's going to be no match. But that's all I'm getting there. Now I'm curious. Why is he still walking around? I'm getting that he's not going to be for that much longer, whatever that means. But also 36, I was going to ask. The Cohen. Okay, why hasn't Trump been arrested for the Cohen crimes? It feels like he will be at some. It feels like he's definitely going to be, but I'm like, prove it. Show of legal faith. Come on, Merrick Garland. We need some legal proof of life from you there. When it comes to the ex-president. Why hasn't Trump been arrested for the Cohen mess? Why hasn't Cohen been? Sorry, Cohen has been arrested? Why hasn't Trump been arrested for the Cohen mess? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the flunky paid the price. Queen of Swords. 6 of Wands. Well, that's when you were president, but that doesn't explain why you haven't been arrested since. Serious worry that he will be. His legacy is being challenged. He's got people who are loyal to him, helping him in key positions. Or we're helping him in key positions. Or influence. Holly Wanda, without justice for Trump, America's truly lost forever. Well, it's not going to help. I don't know what truly lost forever, but it's not going to help. So, why is Cohen wearing an ankle monitor and you're just going hog wild at the breakfast bar? I don't care that you're the star. Nine of Cups, Temperance, and the Sun. Things are going to come to they are going to come out. I wonder if it's going to be included in some of the list of things Trump did when Cy Vance comes back with the charges or indictments. Oh, thank you, Catherine. All right, so 3930. Paula was asking, will Gavin Newsom be recalled? And if so, how will that play out? 3930. Gavin Newsom, will you be recalled? I check on this every once in a while. Gavin, where are you? Page of Cups. Eight of Cups. Seven of Wands. Seven of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Well, they're coming for him. They're absolutely coming for him, but they're on the defensive. I don't know if this can be stopped, but I wonder if there's something hinky about the names and addresses they got, or getting people to vote. I think this is a big Republican push right here. If it was this way, I would seriously wonder if the far right knights were going to make sure that Republicans are put in power, but it's not in that order, it's in this order. If I was saying he's in New York City, they should be able to arrest him there. Yeah, you don't have to, no extradition, just the claw. Gavin Newsom. The recall. The right trying to stir things up and argue. Two of Swords. Six of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Should we split into two states? Should the North just, so the Republicans just automatically move up north? This is an ongoing issue. But the question is, will he be recalled? I haven't picked up on it before. Teresa says lately Trump has been moving every couple of days. Nervous much? Have you really? Ace of Wands. Yeah, they're definitely coming for him. But the person, it's foolish to think that this person's going to win. They're doing all this effort and communication for a fool. But they're going to try. And you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can sure try if you got a mind to do it. They've got a mind to do it. Well, not much of a mind to do it, but cue balls. Teresa, you have a point there. It's kind of going off the rails, but let's see here. So Teresa's question is at 44. Okay. So this is Trump. So he's moving around a lot. So the question asked is that on purpose to avoid Okay, so is Trump moving around every couple of days because he's nervous, because he's afraid of being picked up? Yeah, Gary, they're already saying the elections are rigged because Newsom is ahead in the polls. Hello. Trump trying to outrun some form of death? Because this financial death would just be such a blow. But yeah, the money suddenly gets very small and very unstable. 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. He's on the defensive for the things he did. And he's also trying to raise money. He's running around trying to get money from Peter to pay Paul. And he's going to come crashing up against everything from the January 6th commission to Biden and Harris to the DOJ to. But this is a very united Democratic front that's putting him on his heels. Okay. Let's have a look. All right. So, 46 and a bit. Gary was wondering about Andrew Yang, who is Andrew Yang's bid for a third party. Will it go anywhere in 2022? Andrew Yang. One more second, sorry, and then I'll read on this. Sorry about the distractions. Only friends saying over the weekend there was a 3-alarm fire at one of his golf clubs. Oh dear. And Fi is saying that Trump would welcome actual death before financial death. I think there's something to that. Oh, Nene has something very funny to say in the chat. I'm not going to repeat it, but that's to do with Trump's golf clubs. Okay. So at 48, will Andrew Yang's bid for a third party go anywhere in 2022? Well, Kashmir, I've already kind of gone down a rabbit hole, and I've got a ton of questions to get through, but maybe we could look at that tomorrow. But your questions are very important to me. They really are. Andrew Yang. I'm not going to say bad things about Democrats. Well, not Democrats who have not done something heinous. Death of the dreams he thought he could achieve. Four of Swords, 3 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah, starting something new. Knight of Swords. It feels like he's going to start something new. I mean, that's what this is. But he's still going to be pulling together with Democrats because there's going to be outside threats, pressure, something along those lines. Will the Andrew Yang bid for a third party go anywhere? Okay. Andrew Yang. Third party, 2022. Yeah, because splitting the vote, not a great idea in this country. Temperance. Sword. Devil. Six of Cups. Okay. It's raising his visibility. It's getting him back in the news. It's getting him on better footing financially. But it's at the core of this, it's not healthy energy. It has a lot more to do with ego. It really does. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a third party. I'm not saying we shouldn't have multiple parties. I'm not saying these too far left or too far. That's not what I'm saying. Cards. Center of the cards. The devil, the corruption at the center. The bad. There's bad. The filling is goo. Is bad goo. So, and things with bad goo in the middle, they may last for a time, but it doesn't end well. Extremists feeling on the defensive. Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups. All right. Gonna try this radical idea. There's a burden that the Democratic Party has to overcome with the MAGA cult. And their total refusal on the right to work with Democrats. So that's all I'm getting on Andrew Yang. There's a whole lot of not much there. So, all right, 5230. All right, 52. Okay, this is not listening to me. Will internet dependency lead to the collapse of civilization? And that is a Polywanda question. Oh, baby girl Aries, I'm afraid I've got it's first come first serve on the questions, and I've got them in the description box. I've got them for today, but I'm here 365 days of the year. So I was so busy this morning, and I was fine. Really, I was. And then I came on, and I'll be all right. But about to sit down. Don't know what's going on. Okay. 5330. Will internet dependency lead to the collapse of civilization? Okay. Because then you get solar flares, super viruses. Will internet dependency lead to the collapse of civilization? Well, we are foolishly going forward, not realizing. Of course, we're going to make mistakes. We are on such uncharted ground as far as having interconnectedness and computers and all of this. I mean, I know that, when around the time I was born, maybe in the depths of Bell Laboratories, there might have been various prototypes of machines that we have seen since. But I remember when answering machines became a thing. The phone companies had had the ability to do that for a couple of decades, but it only became a thing later on. And I was old enough to be conscious that, wow, you don't just just ring and ring and ring anymore. You actually can leave a message. This is really cool. Page of Wands. So yeah, we're in a very foolish stage where we don't actually fully understand even what we're getting. We don't even know what we don't know. But the messenger. Here's the Strength card. Judgment. It's shaping society. 8 of Cups. 3 of Wands. What we send out comes back to us. I'm not getting catastrophe here. I'm getting judgment. Polly Wanda says, I remember when a transistor radio was a big deal. Paula says, I remember when battery phones became a thing. You did not have to stand with a cord to your landline. I thought they were awesome. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a thing. Dependency leads to the collapse of civilization. We're going to have problems at certain points. Things will hit, but we're going to recover. There could, at some point, expect at some point there to be an interruption or disruption. But we had a pandemic. They made it through so far. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. We ran out of toilet tissue in the stores. We made it through. You know, beepers and faxes and 2 of Swords. Well, that's the wires getting crossed and the. Yeah. We're going to be okay. We really are. We're going to be okay. And there are just these things, but they're all very human level. Some people can't afford the technology to be online. Younger generations coming up, they've never known anything else. They're going to be tech savvy, of course, in ways, just like now I set things up for my parents. That is the way. And there's also a lot of meanness online, but there's also good. So, okay. At 58:30, Alice had a question. Joe Manchin's wife. I haven't read on her. 58:30. Joe Manchin's wife. Janelle is saying a commission run by wife of Democratic West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin would receive $1 billion from the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And he's still against it. What, he wants them to spend more? Isn't the whole bill like 3.5, or is it, it's 3.5 trillion. So $1 billion. But $1 billion is going to the commission run by Joe Manchin's wife. What's this woman's name? Joe Manchin and his wife. Gail. Thank you, Stephanie. Gail Manchin. sounds like something out of Scooby-Doo or Nancy Drew or something. Anyway. Three of Pentacles. It's a way to make money. That's a plan. That's a plan to make money. Paula says Joe has his own bill he helped write. Oh. Janelle says Gail Connolly mansion. Holly says, and his daughter's a big pharma grifter. B. Smith. Ooh, Autumn just gave the Scorpio laser stare. Federal co-chair of the Appalachian Regional Commission. Really? I agree, Gary. Oh, that's quite the burden you have there. Carrying quite a bit of stuff. Traveling, carrying, burden, traveling. Four of Wands, Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Still in Republican insult to injury. And of course, West Virginia is very red. But there's insult to injury here. But are there going to be legal? Gary says, as the church lady said, how convenient. Yes. Linda says, Biden's giving too many carrots and not enough sticks. Teresa says his daughter upped the price on EpiPen. Was that her? I didn't know that was Manchin's daughter. Really? Manchin, are you going to be in some legal ethics trouble here? Hanged man, suspension, suspend whatever is going on. Queen of Cups, Chariot, Devil. This is bad. This is, Artemis is saying there is the bipartisan, corporate-friendly infrastructure bill Pelosi is holding on to. And then there's the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. Manchin is for the bipartisan bill, not the $3.5 trillion bill. Which one benefits his wife? Anybody know? Because Queen of Cups, woman, emotional, like if you love her, she loves you. Chariot, big energy, big movement, can be just big things moving. The bipartisan. He's for the bipartisan bill that would help his wife. Corruption. So what kind of legal anything? Hello. There's not going to be any legal problem here, really? Manchin's not going to have any legal problems. He and his wife, no legal problems. This is totally above board. Manchin's daughter made money for EpiPen. Gail Manchin ordered it for all schools. Linda says they're scared Manchin will go Republican and Moscow Mitch would be majority leader. Oh, he's definitely walking some. He's walking on a bed of nails. I agree, Janelle. Something stinks to high heaven. Oh yeah, look at all of my stuff. Look at all of my gold in a row here. Page of Cups. Oh, and one more cup. Hermit. Two of Wands. World. communicating, looking very, very closely at the situation, communicating what's in it. Also, the right wing having whatever hissy fits they're having. This is an end. What kind of end is this? Oh, Holly, in France, I I totally agree. He does love his current power position. He gets a kick out of it. He gets a serious kick out of it. So, is Manchin basically? Are you going to be? Is basically the world about to realize in capital letters that you're a crook or something like that? Magician. Would like some of that money right here. Okay, thanks. If I just said wife and daughter own him and not his constituents. Partnership. Lack of funds. Four of Swords. There's something here that there's something here they're going to stop. Maybe I'm not asking the right question. There's some part of something somewhere here they're going to stop. Is it the infrastructure deals? Because I've been seeing some form of that going through. High Priestess. Secrets. Six of Wands. King of Cups. He's pretending to be a Democrat. But this whole victory of the far right, and this is a thief card, and he's right in the middle of it. This is very complicated energy. Dave says a glass doesn't have to be stuffed 100% to be considered dirty. Very, very well put. There's something I'm missing here. Get into this. See what energy I can pick up here. Holly says he's in a deep red state trying to straddle the line. I understand that. We don't want him to become Republican, but haven't we had enough ethics, just open ethics violations? Manchin. Infrastructure, conflict of interest. Linda says the bill that Manchin wrote benefits wealthy corporations. I'm shocked. Holly and France not making excuses for him. Oh, you do not need to worry. I'm so grateful for you. Don't worry. Oh, thank you, Marcia. King of Pentacles. Republicans. Knight of Pentacles. Sitting pretty. Five of Cups. Queen of Cups. Four of Cups. Democrats are disappointed in him even more so. They're going to be looking at the situation to see if there are changes they can make, but he doesn't want to play along. He's drunk with power. I could just read on this over and over, but the energy I'm getting is so convoluted. Let's try again tomorrow, because the energy I'm getting is so convoluted. Paula says, if we didn't have Manchin, we would have someone a lot worse. And that's true. That's true. Justice. There's some legality here somewhere. Sun, Queen of Swords. Coming to light, the family dynasty, family money being investigated. Justice. This is complicated. We're gonna have to revisit this. There's this energy is not. It's not like, oh, he's fine. Oh, it'll be okay. Hinky does not even begin to cover it. So we'll try. We'll try tomorrow. Okay. 1:11 and a bit. Hope Hicks. Oh, I've worked on her in forever. Well, not long enough, but will she be called for the January 6th Select Committee, Hope Hicks? Will she have to answer? Linda says dark money behind him. JM is saying progressives will block the bipartisan bill if the $3.5 trillion isn't passed. Anne says yes, there's something very rotten in the state of Manchin. I need to get fresh candles to go into this particular castle of darkness and. Okay. Hope Hicks. Save. Oh, Hopi. When I've read on her before, I got that she's not the brightest bulb. And she's got issues. Anne says, I've got a bale of sage if you need it. Yes. Hope Hicks. You're going to get called on to answer about what's going on January 6th. Because I believe she was around. She came back to the White House. 8 of Cups. That's the card of witnesses. So King of Swords, Star, Moon, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of these are prosecutors. And that could be in the commission, that could be in legal stuff, what have you. This is her. I'm not going to go into her this figure being on her knees. We're not going there. It's the absolute chaos and feeling beaten up by all that's happened and the insurrection and it feels very much like it, but we'll see. M. Kelpie says big orange daddy issues. Take out the word orange, and I think just in general. Man. 3 more cards. Hope Hicks. Hermit. Well, she'll always find somebody, but she's definitely going to feel isolated. I'm how do I put this? This could be misconstrued. Because I'm not calling her a word I don't like using on this channel. All right. That begins with a B. I am not calling her. That's not what I mean here at all. All right. And I know could be misconstrued that way. That's not what I'm talking about. Isn't a Pomeranian a little dog? A little puff thing. Yappy. I've never had one, but let me see. Let me pull up a picture. Is this the dog I'm thinking of? Yeah. Yeah. Their small size makes large people and animals especially intimidating to them. Fear can turn them into aggression quickly. On and on. So Pomeranians. She's a Pomeranian. That's the energy I get from her. She went in there. She could have been like riding around in somebody's purse. That's her energy. Six of Pentacles, Cups, and partnership. Men do the bare minimum. And when I mean bare minimum, I mean almost nothing. And she falls in love with them. This has nothing to do with January 6th. Meanwhile, things are being looked at really carefully. So she's a lapdog, Thelma. She is. Maybe she saw something, maybe she didn't, but that's how much power she had, too. Yeah. And wasn't Holly said he had her around because he thought she was pretty and non-confrontational. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, 1830. Sandra had a question, kind of open-ended, and I think it's something we should just look at, So at 1830, what will happen to this country, to the U.S.? What will happen to this country? To the U.S. We are currently feeling the burden of the far right. You're not wrong. Burden of the far right. Seven of Swords, High Priestess, Two of Pentacles, Chariot, Eight of Pentacles. We're going to recover. Things are shaky. We're under the burden of the far right, but we're also trying to clear them out. Legally, there's stuff that's been done we don't know about. Economically, we're very shaky, but this is things stabilizing so that the chariot of progress can move forward, people working. I'm not getting catastrophe, so that's always good. So, okay. 1/20/30, September indictments. Apple's asking if they're going to be September indictments. Well, Fruman, Igor Fruman, he just pleaded guilty, but looking for new indictments in the next 2 weeks, or the end of the month, September. It's in October where all like 4 or 5 planets who have been in retrograde are going to just suddenly go direct again, and so it's going to push all this stuff to the forefront, and that's going to be mid-October. But let's see here. Indictments in September. Remember the middle of September, when indictments of Trump family dropped. We wish. Okay, nostalgia, the kids at the garden center buying mums. It's September. King of Cups. 10 of Swords. Lovers. Judgment. 10 of Cups. It's ongoing. This feels like the things we already know about coming to fruition or coming on their way out. If they come out, it's something you know. This is members of we're basically in the Trump cult. But we start with Biden over here. We end with a happy Democratic family, or at least a happy family with Democratic energy. And we have people being talked to in soundproof rooms, or serious discussions going on about what to do, what to plead, admitting that they want to be loyal. So this is an ongoing thing, but it's bookended, and it's kind of behind the scenes a bit. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Thank you. Appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. So, September indictment, just 1 card. What about October indictments? 3 cards. October indictments. Queen of Pentacles. That is a number of Republicans, and that my brain immediately went Gates. September indictments. They're trying to get people to talk. Or if they bring indictments, it's only to try to flip people. Okay. October indictments. Subpoenas. Oh, the subpoenas. Hanged man. Suspension of accounts and suspension while this is evidence being collected. No, it's communication and evidence collected that leads to a suspension. I wonder if that's Trump's businesses. Oops, 1 card went flying. Okay. October indictments. Everything coming to fruition. Well, not everything, but a bunch of stuff coming to fruition. Good. We like that. Knight of Wands. 6 of Wands. Knight of Cups. And there's definite arguing back and forth about the insurrection and the far right. So, all right, that's what I'm getting on that. But again, I'm here every day. So, Dave says, I hope that Trump gets indicted on October 12th, and I will give away presents on my birthday. You a Libra, Dave? Do we have a wonderful Libra in the house? Actually, I know we have some wonderful Libras in the house. All right, 126. George Washington. What does George Washington think of our country nowadays? Is he ashamed? And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a lot of presidents are very charismatic people. He is striking. George, his energy, he's striking, and I trust him. He's honest. He's straightforward. He knows the things he did wrong in his life, and he wears that stain without trying to hide it. These are my failings. And he's not asking for sympathy or no, he's not trying to manipulate. He doesn't do that to try to manipulate other people's emotions. It's so hard to describe because it's just no. He takes full responsibility. Thank you, Marpy. Thank you. So, you start reading on Lincoln. I mean, yeah, you start getting charisma central. Some of the presidents just charismatic like you wouldn't believe. But George Washington is his own kind of cat, and I've never run across anyone like him. So, sir, do you have a minute? George Washington, what do you think about the current state of the United States? By the way, they had laws in the 1700s about what you had to do during basically pandemics. This, I don't feel like it. It's my free. No. There were laws on the books. I want to say that it was possible for even somebody, if they were actively trying to spread an illness, that I want to say that there was some form of death penalty. Not entirely sure, but that's what I heard, or that's what I've inferred from what was being said. They're not taking responsibility. I call them plague rats. He says that's accurate. It's kind of what it feels like. What do you think about the state of our country? We have greater prosperity than he ever could have imagined. More prosperity today than any of them could have imagined. We're talking about George Washington. Six of Swords. The character of the nation changes as people move in, and that's how it's always been. That's not the core of America. And he has a different perspective now that he's on the other side. Six of Cups. We've come so far. Six of Cups, Seven of Swords, 10 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. We don't really fully realize what they went through to gain independence. And the people who are not willing to mask up now absolutely do not understand the sacrifice and endurance it took for the freedoms that they spout on about. The number of men, women, and children that George Washington saw die horrific deaths. And it is a country where prosperity is possible, but there needs to be a refreshing of the political energy, new, and hopefully this far right will, the Republican Party will become more moderate overall. Don't hold your breath. Teresa says Washington did inoculation for the military using a needle and thread pulled through a top layer of skin. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, Valley Forge was bad. They went through so much to have these plague rats acting like big babies. He liked the music. He likes the musical Hamilton. He thinks it was very clever. It was very clever. King of Cups. I like this president. As far as president goes, not bad. Emperor, Queen of Wands, and Four of Swords. Well, George Washington was offered, they offered to have him just stay in the presidency, and he slammed his fist down on the table and said, no, we will not have a monarchy. We will not have one person, one family, whatever it was, one person ruling. We will have elected leaders. Thank you. But he could have done so much damage if he wanted to, right at the very beginning. And then these idiots like Trump and his ilk are coming forward, and they have no honor. But it was put down. And for America, he's saying something like she has a long run ahead of her. So I'm kidding. I like the guy. I just do. Thank you. I'm pretty sure he called me young lady and walked away. Thank you for that. He kind of stiffly kind of looked back and kind of grinned a little bit. But anyway, it was nice. It was nice. I like the guy. And anybody who wants to talk about the cruelty and disgusting things he did when he was alive, he's well aware of every one of them. And he does not try to hide his shame about what the things wrong that he did. I find that refreshing. I read on politicians every day. I find that so refreshing. So, okay. 135. Let's have a look at Tropical Storm Nicholas. 135. Well, that was a mess. There. Tropical storm Nicholas. Let's have a look. Weezy saying Abigail Adams had herself and her children inoculated against smallpox, even knowing they would have to suffer through serious illness. Katie saying Mount Vernon was also extremely transparent. Katie, well, he does prefer being called the General, even over Mr. President or his own name, so of course he would love the musical. Very clever. And I know I show my face every day and I interact with you guys, but I'm an introvert by nature. And at a party, I'd love to hang out with him because he'd be quiet. And I could be quiet. But anyway. Tropical storm Nicholas, I'm afraid. 3630. It's apparently going to skirt the Texas coast and go up into Louisiana. It has the energy of a hurricane. Kind of like the Tasmanian devil back in the cartoons. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, that's Page of Cups. It's still relatively early in the season, and the waters are still relatively warm. Thank you, Cece. Seven of Pentacles, Hierophant, getting ready for it. Oh, it's going to hit. Flying debris. And the flying debris, it's going to cause some chaos, but they'll get it. They're preparing now. They'll get it under control eventually. There will be some disruptions, and it's going to be strong enough for there to be flying debris. Somewhere else it's going to hit, and then it's going to take time to repair the grid. And we know what happened in Texas to the Texas grid before Cancun cruise. Katie said George Washington also had a yearly camel at Mount Vernon during his presidency around Christmas. Odd, fun animal fact about the general. That's very cool. Charlie says, what does he think about election fraud? Oh, he would not like that. The general would not like that. He is all about truth and honor. That is his thing. So, Tropical Storm Nicholas. Any more information? Ace of Cups, water, storms, water flying through the air. Yeah. High Priestess, take it seriously. It will suspend things. It will suspend things, services, but they'll find ways to bring things back up. People aren't as prepared as would be ideal, but then again, who can afford being fully prepared, you know? Especially since this last year and a half of the pandemic. So, but hang in there. Hang in there. That's going to do it for me for today. Those are my 12 questions. Actually, many more than 12. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for just spending this time with me. And I'm so grateful for you. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It's about 1:45 here in Chicago. I am going to be at 4 o'clock. I will be over on the Book Art Media channel with anyone who wants to bring a creative project they're working on, and you just want to do some 25-minute sprints working on it, because the world needs your creative energy. It really does. It really makes a difference in the world. It's good for your health. It's good for your mental health, your physical health, even lowers your stress, sense of accomplishment. I'm a big proponent, or I wouldn't be doing this. So you're always welcome over at Book Art Media at 4 o'clock Chicago time every day. And whatever it is, whatever your project is, it can be anything. All right. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow. I will be right back here because I'm here 365 days of the year. And I will take 12 more questions from you because your questions are very important to me. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow or later.